Oh, hi. I was just doing a little light reading. Sometimes you have to go back to the source to remember what really happened, and that seems to be a common trend here lately that nobody wants to consider the source. That is something I strive to do here with Forgotten Threads. So, welcome to Forgotten Threads. My name is Beth Purdue, and I will be your storyteller for today, albeit a very short story today. You know that saying, consider the source? Well, it is often said in a negative way, like, oh, they said something mean to me. Well, just consider the source and move on. It's often a thing we say to our kids when someone is mean or says something out of line to them. But think about it in a positive light for once. We should all be thinking about, considering, or contemplating the source. Sources are important, and as much as I am able, I want to call on original sources, primary sources, people that were there and saw and experienced a certain period of history that I'll never know anything about. Sometimes it's not always possible, and in other various fields, we guess or our best estimations come into play. That's not wrong, and that is a common way for us to discover the world around us by asking questions of something we observe. If there's a culture that existed that did not have a written language and their items were discovered or dug up, then without a written language, all we can do is to give our best guess as to what those items were and what they could have been used for. Our society does a pretty decent job with documenting every part of our lives, but in all honesty, it's mostly lies. I've talked about social media before and how it is misleading, and with the advent of AI, everything we have no idea what is actually real anymore. The best way to make connection is by talking and writing. So, I love creating things, and I design a travel journal so that you can write down your experiences, thoughts, likes, and dislikes about a place you have traveled to. Might be in another country or the next town over, all of it is important. I often look through archives and read letters, deeds, journals, newspapers, and various other primary sources to find out what life was like back then. And I don't think any of those people thought that 200 years from the time that they wrote that letter, that someone would be sitting in a library or at home reading their personal thoughts and experiences. But I'm so glad that they chose to write. Your writing can and should be cherished by your family for years to come, and possibly your great, 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 great grandchild will one day get a primary source to use in their school paper about the advent of AI or the iPhone, and they might need to use your experiences. So write those experiences down. Print this off as many times as you want and repeat the process. You can get this on my website by entering your email and it will be sent to you. I have one other thing that I created lately that could be used in conjunction with the travel journal. It's a short guide to 10 small towns to visit in Florida. Some of these I have been to and I absolutely loved. Others I have not been to. I look forward to going to. One of these places that I added into the guide was Micanopy, which I made a video about and do plan to visit at some other time. You can go look at that video. I will try and post the link to that video here or here. I have no idea where those things go. Not everything I do is going to be about Florida, but it's where I live and it's the easiest material to work with. You can receive your copy by visiting my website and signing up for it. If you have any towns that you want to add to this list, let me know. And if you would like me to do some research in maybe the state that you live in or the country you live in, I don't know. I've been to a couple countries, not very many, but we can talk about those as well. Next week, I will be doing a video on Hollywood in Florida. Not Hollywood, Florida, but the history of the film industry in Florida, which started in Jacksonville. What Jacksonville can legitimately claim is different and arguably more interesting than the statement Florida was the first Hollywood, which is actually a fallacy when you say it that way. It was the first place the New York studios went in numbers to keep production running through the winter, and for a brief period, it had a genuine chance of becoming the permanent capital of American film. But it didn't. We will explore the history and the why as to why there's a Hollywood, Florida is just a city, and Hollywood, California is the film capital of the world. I sadly do not have a postcard for this one, but I do have some pretty neat pictures to show and newspaper articles. In the meantime, look up the film The Flying Ace. It was made 100 years ago in 1926 with an all-black cast. I wanted to get an original movie poster from this movie, but as you can imagine, the price is high. My budget is a little low. But I'll be featuring some images from that film, so hang on. I've been doing a lot of research and I'm really excited to share what I've learned. Last but not least, like, follow, subscribe, comment, email me, call me, whatever you're supposed to do. Do it so you can enjoy more historical content like this.